Mia Hall starts by saying that Beethoven was hard of hearing at 26 years old, however that didn't prevent him from chasing after his fantasy about being a writer. This has driven Mia to seek after her fantasy about being a talented cellist. She lives in Portland, Oregon with her parents, Denny and Kat, and younger sibling Teddy. Denny used to be in a band called Nasty Bruises, while Kat was a punk rock girl who turned into a travel agent. Mia reads a paper with her ex Adam on it. Adam's touring with his band, in any event, getting to open for the Shins. Flashback to secondary school when Mia initially met Adam. He saw her playing the cello in her study hall long after everyone has left. Her closest companion Kim lets Adam know who Mia is. Kim hauls Mia out of class and strolls with her, snapping an image of Adam on the exit plan. Every one of the young ladies are crazy over Adam, yet he disregards them to go acquaint himself with Mia. He sees her storage has a sticker that says, "I love Yo-Yo Mama," provoking him to welcome her to see a cello player. She is astonished that Adam is asking her out, however she acknowledges. Mia sits tight at home for an acknowledgement letter to Juilliard. As it is snowing intensely outside, schools are shut. Denny proposes they take a drive together. Kat offers to allow Mia to pick the music on the outing. They drive and she plays Beethoven. She thinks back over watching her father play in his band when she was a youngster. In second grade, she saw a cello interestingly and needed to play it. Since cellos are costly, she needed to get one from school. She would play for a really long time, to the place where it made her folks bonkers, however they were as yet glad over what their little girl could do. Denny even proceeded to purchase Mia her own cello as a present. As Mia contemplates internally the way in which entertaining it is that life is a certain something and afterward it becomes something different, a vehicle steers out and about and impacts head-on with the family's vehicle. Mia has an unexplainable encounter and sees herself lying in the snow as paramedics are on the scene attempting to save her and carry her family into the rescue vehicle. She requires her family and afterward moves in the rescue vehicle to be close to her body. In another flashback, we see Mia preparing for her most memorable date with Adam. Kat helps her choose her outfit. Adam comes over and meets Denny, complimenting him by referencing his affection for dreadful injuries. Adam takes Mia to see the cello player, and a short time later, they go for a stroll and offer their most memorable kiss. He later takes her to see his own band, Willamette Stone, perform. Mia feels off-kilter and awkward around individuals there. She even notification Adam's bandmate Liz, Allie Milner, drawing near to Adam. Mia brings this up when he brings her back home. Adam says Liz is a lesbian, and she is seen making out with her sweetheart. Adam welcomes Mia to a party with them, despite the fact that it's previous her check-in time. Kat is watching from the window and urges Mia to go. Mia fakes having caught something and stays in. Kat ventures out and welcomes Adam to come over for a Sunday dinner before he leaves. Mia lets Kat know that wasn't cool and she heads inside. Kat doesn't believe unfortunately Mia would spend time with Adam and his companions since they're very much like her and Denny. Denny answers, "Exactly." At the clinic, Mia goes through a medical procedure while her OOB, out-of-body, self wildly looks for her loved ones. The medical caretaker murmurs in Mia's ear that it depends on her to conclude whether she awakens. Her grandparents show up to mind the situation with the family. In additional flashbacks, we see the movement of Mia and Adam's relationship. He heads toward her home for the Sunday supper, invited by Mia's folks and their companions. While they plunk down for their feast, a honeybee stings Mia. Adam drains the stinger out of her hand, to the entertainment of everyone watching, particularly Kat. Mia later needs to be nearer to Adam's reality, so Kat assists her spruce up like Deborah Harry for a Halloween celebration, while Adam is fittingly dressed as Beethoven. Notwithstanding, Adam thinks Mia is wonderful as she is and doesn't have to change for him. They have intercourse without precedent for a shed. Kim and Adam both hurry to the medical clinic to see Mia, however as she is in the ICU, the head nurse lets them know that they are not permitted to see her since they are not piece of her close family. Mia keeps on figuring out what has been going on with her folks. She sees Denny in a room with a fix over his eye. She hears the specialists say that both Kat and Denny are dead, and that assuming Mia awakens by any stretch of the imagination, she will be a vagrant. Dreading for Teddy, Mia rushes to his space to beware of him and vows to never walk out on him. Mia and Adam had started to ponder after secondary school. They had expected to live respectively as Mia goes to Lewis and Clark School while Adam go on with his music. Mia actually kept attempting to work on her music, in any event, when she assumed she wasn't sufficient. With the consolation of her family, she applies to Juilliard. She is subsequently welcomed for a tryout in San Francisco. She goes to find Adam while he plays with his band to educate him regarding this. He is noticeably troubled that Mia has informed him concerning her choice after previously having made it. The following time she sees him play in a band, they have a battle about her decision to go as well as his decision to go off and proceed with his music with the band. In the present, Kim makes an interruption at the emergency clinic so Adam can slip into the ICU and see Mia. The mean attendant calls security on him and he is pulled out strongly. Before he and Kim are removed, Mia's folks' companion Willow comes in to vouch for the two. Then, at that point, she separates in Kim's arms. Mia runs to the ground floor and sees Teddy's room vacant. The specialists converse with her grandparents and tell them that Teddy had an epidural drain and they couldn't save him. Mia separates and acknowledges Teddy won't ever get to grow up and carry on with a full life. This abrupt shock actually upsets Mia, and the specialists remove her from the ICU for additional clinical consideration. Mia had her tryout at Juilliard with her granddad taking her. She plays an extraordinary organization, which Gramps watches from a television behind the stage. He drives her home and tells her that the appointed authorities are fools in the event that they don't acknowledge her. Mia and Adam later accommodated, however there was an undeniable burden on the relationship. In the end, they separated, which hurt Mia as she was truly enamored with Adam. Kat tells her that life is screwed up but at the same time that is its excellence. Many individuals visit Mia at the clinic, from her grandparents and Willow to Kim and, surprisingly, Adam's bandmates. Gramps tells Mia that Denny quit his band for her, and the entire family was right behind her for her melodic profession. Kim later sits by her companion's bed and promises her that she has a family assuming she awakens. She takes out her telephone and shows an image of Mia grinning and looking cheerful. Mia recalls this from a workday party, which she says was the most joyful day of her life. Denny and Adam persuaded her to play the cello with them for a presentation. They play "Today" by Crushing Pumpkins, and everyone has a good time. Adam is at last ready to see Mia and sit close by. He takes out a letter from Juilliard, as he concedes he took her mail. He opens it and sobs as he understands it, in light of the fact that Mia has been acknowledged. He promises to go with her assuming she decides to go to New York. Then, at that point, he takes out his guitar, having composed a tune for Mia. It's a lovely piece, and it makes Mia's life streak directly in front of her until a glimmer of white. And afterward, after a concise snapshot of quiet, Mia's eyes at long last open. The primary thing she sees is Adam remaining over her, calling out to her.